Hey there, Golf Over 50 family. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this channel is dedicated to helping golfers over 50 play their best golf and enjoy this amazing game for years to come. Today we are tackling one of the most important decisions you'll make as a senior golfer: buying new golf clubs. And I'm not talking about just any clubs. I'm talking about clubs specifically designed to help you better, to golf with extra distance, reduce those aches and pains. So, grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into everything you need to know about club heads, shafts, and grips. Trust me, this information could transform your game. Now, I'd like to introduce you to Chad Orbaker of the Oxford Golf Academy, and he's going to talk to you about clubs.
Hi everybody. I want to talk a little bit about, as we age, our bodies change. That's not being negative, that's just reality. Our swing speed typically decreases. We lose some flexibility and our body needs a little bit more TLC. The club that works for you at age 35 or even 45 might actually be working against you now. But the good news is that golf equipment technology has come a long way. Manufacturers now understand senior golfers. Clubs specifically engineered to help us swing faster, hit it further, and keep playing the game we love without pain. So, let's break down the three critical components you need to understand. Let's start with the business end, the club head. There are four key features you need to look for. We're going to look for oversized drivers. We're talking about 460 cc's. That's the size, maximum allowed. For irons, you want the game improvement designs with larger sweet spots. Why? Because let's be honest, we're not hitting the center of the club face every time. These larger heads with perimeter weighting mean your mishits don't get punished as severely. That's more balls in the fairway and more balls on the green. Number two, the center of gravity. This is huge for senior golfers. A lower and deeper center of gravity makes it easier to launch the ball higher without swinging harder. We're not trying to muscle the ball into the air anymore. The club does the work for us. Number three, lighter overall weight. Modern clubs use materials like titanium, carbon composite, and graphite. These lighter clubs mean you can generate more club head speed with less effort or energy. You won't be exhausted by the back nine. Your joints will thank you as well. Number four, consider hybrids. My recommendation is to ditch some of those long irons, the 3, the 4, and the 5 irons, and think about replacing them with hybrids. I cannot stress enough, hybrids are easier to hit, more forgiving, and they get the ball airborne a lot easier. There's no shame in this game, folks. The pros use hybrids now as well. Now, let's talk about what I consider the most important component to senior golfers: the shaft. Get this wrong and nothing else matters. This is critical, so pay attention. You need to match your shaft flex to your swing speed. Here's the breakdown. If you're swinging 75 miles an hour or less, you need to look at a senior flex shaft, usually graphite as well. Between 75 and 85, that's usually looking at about a regular flex. 60 miles per hour and under, don't be afraid to try ladies flex graphite. And guys, I need to address something. There's zero ego in golf equipment. If a ladies flex shaft helps you hit a 20-yard further shot, then why not? And especially if you can keep it in the fairway. Do not worry about labels on your shaft. If it's too stiff or that you'll lose distance, we want to keep it flexible so that we can keep the ball in the air and going further. Second, lightweight graphite shafts, and I mean throughout the entire bag, driver, woods, hybrids, and irons, typically weigh 50 to 80 grams. Steel shafts, 120 grams or more, that difference adds up over 18 holes and nearly 100 swings lighter can help you to maintain your speed, and they're much easier on your joints, your elbows, your wrists, and shoulders. Now, some of your old school players might be thinking, but graphite is not accurate. That was true 20 years ago. Today's graphite technology is incredible. To our pros using graphite in most of their bag, some of their irons are still steel, but the accuracy has become just as good as steel if you get the proper fit there. Third, a lower kick point. The kick point is where the shaft flexes most during the swing. The kick point helps you launch the ball higher with less effort. That's perfect for senior golfers. You've lost some swing speed and struggle to get optimal launch angles. And finally, length. Standard length clubs are not mandatory. If you lost flexibility or find yourself standing closer to the ball, or you're slightly shorter, shafts can dramatically improve accuracy and consistency and control if properly fitted. It's about finding the club you can hit well with the manufacturers think is standard. You can adjust from there. Last but not least, let's talk about the grips. These might seem like a small detail for senior golfers, especially those with arthritis and hand pain. Grips can make or break your comfort and performance. Oversized grips or jumbo grips are fantastic for senior golfers. They require less grip pressure, which means less tension in your hands, wrists, and forearms. That tension is a swing killer. Plus, if you have arthritis, these grips are much more comfortable. Larger grips also reduce excessive hand action, which can help if you're fighting a hook or a fade, or over rotating or under rotating through impact. It might help you hit straighter shots. Softer, tackier materials, modern grip technology often is softer. The compounds absorb vibration and are gentler on aging hands and joints. Some players like corded grips for traction, but they can be harsh on sensitive hands and cause calluses like we see on a lot of us pros and Tiger wearing his Band-Aids. I'd recommend trying all-weather soft rubber grips instead. You get great traction without the harshness. Third, lighter weight grips can affect the performance of the club. So we want lightweight grips on lighter golf clubs, especially senior clubs. They specifically match those clubs. The materials help keep everything as light as possible to maintain the club head speed that you need. Fourth, arthritis-friendly designs. Several manufacturers now grip specifically designed with extra padding or ergonomic shapes for arthritis. If you have hand pain, these can be game changers. Don't suffer through your round. There are many solutions available. I recommend looking into Jumbo Max. We carry all sizes and shapes of that brand. Not giving you a ton of information, but here's what I really want you to take away from this video. Get professionally fitted. I cannot stress this enough. Don't walk into a store and buy clubs based on price or brand. Find a knowledgeable club fitter who understands senior golfers in our specific needs. A proper fitting with a launch monitor will show you exactly how different the ball can fly, how the club head feels, how the shaft flexes, the length affects your ball flight, distance, and accuracy. The data does not lie. Yes, it might cost a bit more, it might be the same, but you're making an investment in years of playing golf. A good fitted set can last a dozen years. And honestly, properly fitted clubs often help you play better and make you less stressed, more happy. You might even play better than you did 10 or 20 years ago. The technology has improved that much that distance and accuracy doesn't leave distance and accuracy behind. So fit to your current game. Okay, so perfect. We're going to show you some of those examples of the club heads and how to look for the right one. I happen to have here in my hand 3 different types of clubs. One is very difficult to hit. It's more of a blade. You'll see that. I'll show you the bottom of these clubs. So if I spread them out just a little bit, you can see that the one here on this side, I'm going to shake it with a little rust on it. That's more of a blade. It's got a very fine bottom to it, very difficult to hit, and the heel to toe distance is very short, so that's not a big perimeter. The next in the middle here, this is a cavity back, and it's a very forgiving one. It has a nice wide sole, keeps you from digging into the mud. I know a lot of people are playing in wet conditions down here in Florida especially, but really anywhere. If you're digging a lot, this is going to also give that weight underneath that helps get that ball in the air. Here's our maximum. This is what I recommend to almost 90% of golfers, especially senior, maybe even 100%. It makes it so easy. This is a hybrid iron. It's got the technology of an iron and a hybrid combined. Look at the width of the sole. That width is really going to launch the ball in the air for you, and everybody that hits these sees increased distance just from the fact that it's a larger base and it's got more forgiveness. The sweet spot is absolutely massive on this club. Okay, so there's your 3 examples of irons. Behind me I have the same thing in wedges. I want to show you, a lot of people today don't realize, and it's only been about maybe 5 or 10 years that they started making these forgiving wedges. So a traditional wedge up until 10 years ago, everything kind of looked like this, like a blade. Okay, not much to it, just a smooth chunk of metal, right? Well, now we have these. This is a CBX wedge. The C stands for cavity back. It's got a much thicker base to it. A lot easier to hit, a lot less digging, easier to get the ball out of the sand, easier to get the ball in the air once again, okay? And I'm going to talk about the shaft after this, but this is the most forgiving wedge. This is called a Smart Sole. Nice, wide base to it. There's no digging on this. That club glides right through the sand or the turf, whatever you're hitting out of. I do want you to notice on this one, it's got, a little hard to see, but it's a graphite shaft. This only weighs about 80 grams. The shaft I play in my wedge is 140. So you can imagine how much this is going to help you swing a little bit faster, which gets the ball in the air higher. And it's also going to be softer on your hands like we talked about earlier. So there is that. And finally, here's a great example of our grip display one of our grip displays here at Oxford Golf Academy. Look at all these grips. You'd be surprised if I tilt it like this, how fat some are, if you look at the top end of them, and some are skinny. So Jumbo Max, this company, makes a brand, or makes a sizes all the way from a normal size grip that you would maybe find, on any club, old clubs especially, all the way up to these very, very large grips. Very good for a senior golfer that is especially, having a hard time maybe even closing their hands. I get a lot of students that have Dupuytren's, right? And that's where, sometimes they can't even close. Sometimes it's just pain. And so these grips are absolutely going to help you to hold the club better. And they help Bryson DeChambeau, and he's younger than me, so and he's hitting it longest on tour. So don't be afraid to try these grips. We even have an app that will measure your hand and ask you a few questions, and in 5 minutes it'll recommend which size is best for you and also which weight is best for you. So if I look at your clubs, I'm happy to help you get grip fit when you come here to Oxford Golf Academy and let you choose the best grip that's for you. Thank you very much.
All right, Golf Over 50 family, that's everything you need to know about buying clubs as a senior golfer. Let me ask you this. What's been your experience with new clubs? Have you been fitted? Did it make a big difference? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single comment. And I love hearing your stories. And if you found this video helpful, do me a favor. First, hit that like button down below. It really helps the YouTube algorithm show this video to more golfers. Second, make sure you subscribe to Golf Over 50. And again, if you have any comments, make sure you put the comments down below on anything that you might want to see in the future. So that's it for this session. We have a three-part session coming up. One is going to be with a young lady who did my Titleist Performance Institute assessment back 3 years ago. That assessment helped me drop my handicap from 15 down to 8. All right, because what it did is it looked at the engine of the swing, not what's happening on the end of my hand. So it all fits together. So that's going to be a three-part session. The first part will be the actual assessment. The second part is going to be a little brief video on a fitness program that you might want to adopt. If you're just starting out, it's probably a good starter series. They're not going to be comprehensive by any stretch of the imagination. And then the third one will be the same kind of thing, but on flexibility. So until next time, we'll see you then.